My peeps, how's it going? Today we're gonna be talking about Raigon, how to play Raigon, and sort of like the loadout at least that I prefer. The loadout kind of comes to your personal preference and your playstyle. But yeah, I'm gonna show you how I play it and how I build Raigon. So stick around, and I'll see you guys soon. So the loadout I prefer to use on Raigon, I call it QOP because his Q is fucking OP. And what I take is this right here. You can have a look, you can pause the video and just pop it on your character, and I'm just gonna give you an explanation of why I use each one of them. So first off, I usually use the agility bonus here just because he's quite a, he's a melee character, so getting close to your enemies is very important. So that right there gives you an extra 10% increased movement speed. But obviously you can change this about, I think out of all the ones I choose for the game style I use, you can definitely change this one. For example, for the tiger and dragon here, that's also a good one to take into account in case you prefer to to just farm that ulti and then use it, because that also has a really good combo with the spacebar bonuses here. But in any case, yeah, I usually use the agility. But again, yeah, it depends. You might want to change these according to what you're playing against, basically. But yeah, I call it the QOP because I make the Q even more OP than it actually is, and if you don't know what the Q does, it basically blocks, not only blocks, actually reflects any abilities coming towards you. So not only does he block the ability, he throws them back to the enemy, which is really, really OP. So one of the ones I put on it is the survival Q, so the duelist, and this basically means that each deflect attack heals you for 4 health, and the first attack deflected grants you a charge of slicing winds. So that's the ability that basically when you auto attack you get a bit of a range increase in your auto attack, as well as, so the left click ability, and it also hits people in that sort of cone. That's a really nice one right there because it makes you heal up while you're deflecting, so you can go into the middle of the fight, start deflecting, and on top of it, it gives you that extra slicing wind there. And your sword slash consumes a charge to send forth a slicing wind, dealing 10 damage and restoring 12 health. So this overall just makes you really, really tanky, or makes you more survive a bit easierly, like makes you a bit tankier. The one I really like on this build, and I think it really kind of brings that QOP-ness all together, is the riposte, or riposte, or whatever you guys call that. But basically this is the offensive Q, and each parry with a spinning slash that hits twice, dealing 8 damage and inflicting a stun that lasts 0.3 seconds. So it's a very slow stun, or a small stun, I mean, but it's really nice, because usually when you use your Q, or at least when I use my Q, it's not only to deflect and protect myself. I'm usually already in the middle of the fight when I use the Q, so I engage, do some damage, and then turn on Q until I get my abilities back again. And that's usually when people try to focus you. So not only do you block everything, but then you come back with not only some damage, but a nice little stun there as well to kind of keep them steady for your team to engage on them. This, my friends, is ridiculously OP. I love this ability. It's really satisfying to hit the double stun. A lot of the times they don't even know what happened. And yeah, this is one of my favorite perks to choose for Raigon right there. Then I use the spacebar offense and survival here as well. These will boost not only the damage of your space, which is the gap closure, but also increase your health, so basically give you some health back if you hit your spacebar. So Again, because it's a melee character, I think it's very important that you use your spacebar well and wisely. So putting these perks on it will just make it even more, like, even stronger than it already is. So not only will you be able to gap close, but you're going to dash a huge amount of damage as you land on them. So Royal Descent here, the offensive spacebar um, perk, gives you a a heavenly strike, which deals an additional 6 damage and inflicts a 1.2 second fading snare on hit. So once you hit them, not only are they snared for 1.2 seconds, but they get an extra 6 damage dealt to them. This paired up with the overflowing power here basically makes your spacebar really OP, and it makes it even more important that you hit it rather than just using it to gap close and get closer to people. You actually want to hit it when you land as well. So hitting an enemy with Heavenly Strike causes your next sword slash to send forth a slicing wind, which deals 10 damage and restoring 12 health. Now here basically you get 2 charges of slicing wind. You can basically jump in with the space bar in, use your, make sure you hit it so you can get that extra 6 damage on, and the snare, and not only you hit them with your slicing wind, dealing them an extra 10 damage, it also makes you heal for 12 health. So you engage with your space bar, you heal up, you do a slight CC on them, and you burst them with an extra 16 damage here on top of the damage of spacebar. So this will make your spacebar really deadly, and the burst coming out of this is really nice because it kind of, the bigger burst you can hit on somebody, the more the harder it's going to be for their healer to actually heal them, because as long as you get one of their full bars out, it's going to be hard for their healer to heal them, because you know the max health whole situation there. And yeah, basically these two together as well, they make your auto attacks get a bit more range, and you basically deal more damage, as well as be able to kind of restore some of your health even without a healer specifically. I really like this one because, or these two even, because once you engage with your space bar, you can deal as much damage as you can, and then once you're out of your cooldowns or something of the sort, or you see you're in a vulnerable position, you can queue up and basically become invulnerable while still being offensive, heal up a bit as well, while you're usually a bit more or a bit like further away from your healer, because when you engage, usually your healer, you know, takes a few seconds to actually come back and heal you up. And yeah, the overall, I really like the synergy between these abilities right here. Then again, coming back to this agility bonus, the reason I think this is also a good shout to go for, the tiger and the dragon here, is if you notice that you don't need that extra 10% movement speed to gap close your enemies, you can go for the tiger and the dragon, because basically it finishes your ulti with the heavenly strike, which really works nicely with this bonus, with the 2 bonuses here on the heavenly strike. So the more synergy you can get on them, the better. But yeah, it comes down to personal preference and your particular playstyle, really. So yeah, this is the build I tend to use. I hope you guys enjoy it. Drop it down in the comments down below as well, what kind of build you tend to prefer. I've seen a lot of people with the offensive, what's it called, E ability here. You also see, basically, yeah, you see a combo of them all, but this one I've also seen quite commonly about, because it makes you deal more damage when you hit it. I've also seen this one, the aerial strike, about as well, which is when you basically gap close when you hit your E, but I don't use my E very offensively. Usually I kind of use the E more to like keep somebody out of the fight and then focus on their ally. So for me, I prefer this kind of build that I'm showing you here, because yeah, it allows me to go into the middle of a fight, with a big impact and then stay surviving there and being just overall a big nuisance to their team. This is also really nice to protect your carries in case you need that, because you can jump close to them um, and dash out loads of damage as you're jumping into them, and still you can get an extra stun on the go. Basically, yeah, I really like this build, and that's why I call it the QOP, because this Q is fucking OP. So I'll show you some of the gameplay as well of Raigon with this build and how I play it, when I use my abilities and how I tend to do the combos. Again, I'm no pro, so this is just like the way I play it. Obviously, maybe pros have a better idea of how to do it, but this is how I play it. This is how I enjoy playing Raigon. So I'm going to show you some gameplay of the combos I use, the abilities I use, when I use them. And yeah, I hope you enjoy it. Drop down in the comments your thoughts and how you like to play Raigon, and if you enjoyed this this loadout here as well. Any feedback is really appreciated. So here, for example, you can see me engaging, and what I usually do is try and hit the space, go with left click right away, try and stack the right click, bam, hit them with the right click to get that bonus damage off. My Q got cancelled there, as you can see. Basically, yeah, I try to use my Q as I'm getting focused. So this fight really went well. Use my ulti, finish them off. And yeah, that fight went really well. My health bar did not drop at all because I engaged with the space bar in the right time. And yeah, they just didn't focus me at all.
The death vortex is incoming.
This other fight here, we engage in again once they're vulnerable. I missed the spacebar, which is crucial amount of damage. I'm getting focused here, so I kind of just take my take a leave there and just go focus towards the middle there. Take the orb obviously, because that's really handy. Then you can stack your ulti faster and so on. Triple stun there perfectly, and yeah, just getting that ulti on really nicely after that stun. A lot of damage on. One of them is down, and then yeah, here I actually get my stun countered by his block. But yeah, pretty much such a good initial engage that they can't really do much about it. And yeah, you basically just want to engage in dash out, left click, right click, and yeah, if you can, use your Q when you see it, they're gonna engage on you. So here I managed to get 2 with my spacebar engage, block any attacks coming in with the Q. They have to retreat back again, go back to the middle, get the orb if you can, and they'll get you some advantage to your team because you're getting your ulti a lot faster. So yeah, go in again. I get silence, which is a very big counter to this guy. Use the E to get them away and keep them out of the fight. Their Raigon is here alone now, and yeah, I missed my ulti. Let's CC'd while I was trying to use it. But yeah, just retreat back to the orb, get some orb for our team so we can get multiple ultis on. Engage again, which does a really nice amount of damage. Miss my ulti, and yeah, just stay back here, wait for that engage ability once again, finish off this Raigon that came in stupidly, and now just finish off this last player here. Missed my space again. So you can see, yeah, it's quite crucial to use your space bar at the right moment. In this game I missed a couple times the space bar, and yeah, I didn't do as much damage there as I did in the other 2. Here we go in again with the space bar, try and knock them out or stun them with the Q, And yeah, basically that reduces all the damage you're gonna take, and gives you a nice little bit of healing whenever they hit you. Hit the orb once again.
Your team claimed the orb.
Just kind of wait back for a nice engage. Here we go. Onto their Ashka. Keep him out of the fight with that E. Engage again for that massive burst. Miss my right click, which would have killed him. But yeah, now I can easily finish him off. Got my ulti too,
Your team won the orb.
but because I didn't CC or wait for them to space out of abilities before I used my ulti, I didn't actually get too much damage off. But it's cool, you can finish them off and so on. Pick up that orb so we get more energy or whatever for the ulti. Engage again with the space bar and just finish him off with your ulti. Because yeah, your ulti basically does not get blocked, so that's a really nice one to use once they're blocking, because they won't be able to do much about it. Yeah, this has been a little overview of how to play Raigon, what sort of loadout I play with, how I kind of use those abilities together. As you saw, I kind of engaged with spacebar, dashed out, left click, right click, and then yeah, pretty much use your Q as soon as you see you're gonna get bursted down, and yeah, you should be fine. You should be dashing out a lot of damage. You should be quite tanky because of that Q bonus and the spacebar bonus as well. And yeah, just take your time. Don't be too crazy. Don't go just completely ham onto them, and you should be fine. Um, Thanks very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Drop down in the comments down below your thoughts and how you like to play Raigon. If you have a different build you like, different gameplay even, just let me know what you think. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. I'll see you guys next time. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and if you enjoyed it and you want to see more content like this, it helps us out because it's quite a small channel and quite a recent channel as well. So it helps us grow in this beginning. And yeah, thanks very much for watching. I'll see you next time.